Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mad Tea Party.
We hope you're ready to spill the tea.
Or coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee.
If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new to our channel, my name is Derek.
And my name is Ryan.
And today we are participating in a pin tag.
Yes, this is the superhero pin tag. It was created by Vicky's Tigger Tales, and we were personally tagged by Meglet is a Geek because she is a geek.
She is, and if there's someone who is a bigger geek than me, it's hard to beat. It is her.
I'd say you guys are tied.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love me some Meg.
All right, so we have here 10 prompts for this superhero pin tag. The fun thing about this, I myself am not a huge superhero collector. You have more than I do, but even you don't have a whole bunch.
I only use... we have more than I thought.
Yeah.
But I ended up only using 2 actual superheroes on the board.
But the great thing about this pin tag is it doesn't require that you have superheroes. So there are 10 prompts. Each one we followed the prompt by what it said. Some of them we chose some superhero pins. Most of them we chose other pins that just happened to fit. So the first prompt actually today in this pin tag is Wonder Woman. Show a pin of a character that is the epitome of femininity.
I think that this could be a trap. And I say that as a man who doesn't want to upset any women. And this pin that Ryan has, 1 is gorgeous, but 2, I think we both chose these for good reasons.
So I think the definition of femininity all depends on who you're asking.
That's true.
I think the trap part of it is if you say, this one is the most feminine pin I have because she wears pink.
Yes.
And that's not really what femininity is about.
Why don't you show us...
schooling you.
Why don't you show us your pink pin then? I'm just kidding, it's purple.
Still,
it's a joke.
Alright, so I chose this as my femininity pin because this character is herself through and through, no matter what any man has to say, even when a man tries to use who she is against her and use her as a sexual, and he sexualizes her and makes her into nothing. It's Esmeralda. She, to me, is the idea of femininity because she does not stray to be somebody else just because somebody asked her to. She shows those shoulders no matter what anyone tells her to because her shoulders should not be distracting to a man because they are shoulders.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk,
That's the tea, sis. Mine, I actually traded, I had one, and it was the Muses. I think sometimes the epitome of perfect femininity. However, then I saw this one and I went, oh, she is what you would not expect. She is graceful at all of her work. And she does a job that most people wouldn't associate with femininity, but I think she does it with charm and grace.
Because those people don't know the real definition of femininity.
Because those people don't know the real thing, and that is Gidget. No, oh my god, Gadget. Gadgets and Gizmos, Gadgets and Gizmos. Oh my god. Sorry, I had to take a breather at my own mistake of this name. I'm just terrible. So, this is Gadget from the Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Gadget is here holding a sea wrench. And let me tell you, y'all, she is fierce as can be. She takes care of those boys more than they even realize. I love Gadget.
Yeah, she's cute. Alright, prompt number 2. Hulk, show a pin of ultimate strength. This one was an easy one for me. Because this character is the strongest Disney character, and no one can tell me otherwise. No one can tell me otherwise. Here is Louisa. If you try to tell me someone is stronger than her, I'm gonna say you're sexist. She is perfect. She is strong. She can lift anything. She is a hero. She's the strong one. She's not nervous.
I do love her. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
This character, underrated movie, number 1. What's New with Me? Number 2, his ultimate strength is the fact that he was able to not be selfish and step aside and allow his brother a moment to shine. And not even shine, but just get something that he wanted. And that is... Oh,
just kidding.
Ian Lightfoot from Onward was such a strong character by allowing Barley, his brother, the one chance that they got to have with their father after he passed away, and they were able to use magic to bring him back for literally moments, and he let Barley kind of take the time to be with his dad to fix his, just himself so that he could be a normal person again. And that's strength. I love him.
Number 3, Aquaman, show a pin featuring water. This was another easy one for me. I immediately thought of this water inclusive pin because it's one of my favorite pins that I have. And I actually don't have a lot of pins that feature water because I don't like water because I can't swim.
But he does like a Disney cruise now.
Because I don't have to get in the water. All right, here we have this gorgeous Percy in the bathtub with his cherries. But oh wait, there's a surprise. There's Miko.
I do love that it is also a Loungefly jumbo pin version of one of your favorite, not even series, but anything with them in the bathtub is perfection.
I feel like every time we do a pin tag, I use this somehow, but I don't think I could ever not. So I just love this pin.
And now you have a third version of it. You have that new fantasy pin that you got.
They're not in the bathtub, though.
Oh, I thought they were. It's just all of them together.
No, it's from, I think, the same scene, but it's not the same.
Love it. Some of the best sidekick characters, they kind of make the movie.
Don't be rude, Pocahontas.
I love Pocahontas.
John Smith is boo, though.
Yeah, that's why ugh.
Yeah, she should have gone with Coco.
Should I marry Coco? All right, my Under the Water, very, very obvious with this one. This is a 50th anniversary pin of Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and it was from the Disney Parks LE of 3,250, an odd number. But here it is, and I love this pin. This is bopping along, singing a song. If you know the movie, they spend a whole section under the sea and then end up on the Isle of Naboombu afterwards. So, love me some underwater scenes from that.
I forgot to tell you the other day at school, one of the kindergartners said, "Mr. Ryan, have you ever seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, so you know, bobbing along, singing a song." And then
on the bottom
4 of the other kids in my class joined him in the song, and I was like, "Whoa, what is happening?"
I will tell you,
today?
the reason I watched it as a kid, very quick sidetrack, we had the Disney sing-along VHSs, every single one that came out, my mom
I can tell you they
them.
don't have the VHS.
I know.
Pin number 4. Pin number 4. Spiderman, show a pin that has a mask or disguise. This one was also really easy for me because it's one of my new favorite pins that I recently attained. It is a character in disguise. So here we have a mashup of Daisy dressed as Briar Rose. I love the square bushes behind her, just like from Sleeping Beauty. It's the perfect disguise. I will tell you, I struggled because I wanted to make this my pin for femininity because it's just the combination of two of the most powerful women. But I thought it really worked as a disguise, so that's where we went.
Mine is literally in the Spider-Man chain. Oh. So I went with this one. It's one of the most beautiful Spider-Man pins that I own. And when I say Spider-Man, I do mean Miles Morales, because he is, in a way, one of the most superior Spider-Man. I love his story. I love Into the Spider-Verse. Cannot wait for the new one. This was from the Artist series that they did. It was a limited release kind of series where it came with a giant art piece backer card. So it's Miles diving down. The other one of this series that we have is yours from
Soul.
From Soul. I wanted to say the Jazz movie.
All right, number 5, Thor. Show a pin of your man/woman crush. Well, let me start by saying I don't have a woman crush, but I do have Thor, my man crush. I just got this pin from Nikki. Recently we unboxed it, so you probably have seen that. And if you didn't, why aren't you watching all of our videos? Go and look at that. But I love
And what is it
pin.
from, you found out?
Oh, it is from a Japan mystery set, which is amazing because they're huge.
Yeah.
But I really love this one and had to use this one because it actually shows Chris Hemsworth, my actual crush. I mean,
Yeah, the live action
is the crush, but you know,
there's not very many pins of live action people. Like that's just like it's like an image put onto a pin of him, but hey, it's gorgeous.
Has his face.
You might see this one coming because we just talked about it recently. I went through many. No reason to explain. Y'all, this is hunky Buzz Lightyear, and I know, y'all. This, I did get this one recently from one of Pete and Allie at Two Tiny Wings, live sales that they have, and they had this one, and I had to get it. Part of it is, I don't even like Buzz Lightyear, like the original one, as much, but in Lightyear, he's just so hunky, and then we saw the real live one, and that sticks in my head. He lives there rent-free in California.
That's amazing to live in California.
I was just about to say that, but he lives in my brain rent-free. Thank you, Buzz. Thank you.
All right. Prompt number 6. Ironman. Show a pin of a smarty pants, brainiac, or nerdy character. Easy. Cogsworth is a know-it-all. He is a brainiac. He is a nerdy character. He is played by nerds. And that is that.
He is very type A, and there's a reason he is the way he is. He's wound up tight, and I love him. Because
a
of
nerd
that,
would say that.
I chose not to go with a Cogsworth pin. But I also think that this may be the character that Meg chose for this one, but I chose a different one. And if it wasn't, I'm sorry that I mixed it up, Meg. But Milo from Atlantis is one of the quintessential nerdy characters in the Disney universe. So I chose a different pin than Meg. Now, this one did come out at the same time as the one that Meg got, and this one was a limited release, and this was literally when we first started collecting pins, which I will say was right after they reopened summer 2021 we went, and we were like, let's start collecting pins. And I saw this one, and they also had 2 or 3 other, I think that might have been 3 of Atlantis. And I was like, I like this one the best, not realizing that they were not going to just all be available when I wanted them later. And so one of them is the one that Meg showed. Another one is a map that I actually really, really want and wish I had gotten.
Yeah, I love that.
But this one was the most gorgeous. It just has that blue shimmery background. That's part of it.
And prompt number 7, Captain America, show a pin that is your oldest one, your first pin ever. So this one took me right back to our very first Loungefly order. In this order, I got one Loungefly jumbo pin, but I also got a couple of mystery boxes. These are my first mystery boxes, and I have a fond memory because...
Didn't they not come in correctly, or we had just moved? Was this that order and it went to the wrong place and they resent it?
And then we ended up getting like 2. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
But one of the things that did come in the order was these mystery pins. And this pin especially, there were a couple of them, but this was the chase in this set. And I got 2 of this bell actually. And I ended up trading the other one for just like a random minute.
We didn't understand what a chase was.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I was just like, oh, 2 bells, how cool. Why is she the only glittery one? Traded her for a Lumiere, not really knowing it was a chase. No regrets there.
For years I kept saying about
Pops.
Lucky. I know, right? With Pops, we would buy Pops and it would say chase on it. And I was like, what does it mean chase? Like, what is a chase? Mine for this was I actually went back and went to one of the first times I went to Disney as an adult. which was in college. It was 2007 into 2008, and I only remember because I was there for New Year's, and it was one of the first and only times I've seen the shoot up of the countdown around the castle. And High School Musical had just come out, and I know. And I was in love with it, and I found this pin a couple months ago, and it is literally so old school that it's kind of rusty on the back almost. We'll never get rid of it, and I realized today it's also got some sparkle in it. Here's my Go Wildcats pep rally pennant. The words High School Musical actually have a little bit of glitter in them, and here's the back that I was talking about where it is just a little crusty. Doesn't even want to show you the crustiness. It's like, don't show me. There you go. There's a little bit of crusty like color on the back. But love this pin. And it's pretty, it says 2007. It has actually got a date on it. I have not seen this one on a lot of people. Like, I don't see it a lot. So I'm glad that I got one of the original High School Musical pins without knowing what I got.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of Disney Channel collectors.
Yeah.
Disney Channel collectors.
They are collectors. Yeah.
That's one of the main ones I see in Disney Channel collectors pins. Not that pin, but High School Musical in general. All right, next up. Prompt number 8. Batman, show a pin that resides in the shadows or hides. This one here, I stretched a little bit, but I really just wanted to
think so. I feel like that is a legit.
They definitely hide in the shadows. They only want one person to know that they are able to talk. And here we have the gargoyles from Hunchback. I also just love this pin and will take any opportunity to show it off. It is one I got for Christmas this year that I never thought I would get my hands on, and I love it so much.
Mine is another literal hiding in the shadows. This is also a superhero pin. I love the pearlescence. Also, sadly, I bought these maybe a week before they went on super sale. I got them when I think they went down to like $7, and now they're like $4.90 something. If they're still there, I think they may finally be gone. I'm not sure why nobody wanted these. The amazing 1990s animated series version of Spider-Man. But we do have Venom here, who literally, the symbiote hides in the shadows, and it's all about where it's hiding and who it's connected to. So, just a literal one there. Plus, Venom is one of my absolute favorite villains in Spider-Man.
Prompt number 9. Superman, show a pin with a flying aspect. So I picked one of my favorite flyers.
I'm excited about this one.
It's floral. This is a pretty simple pin. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot of flight ones, mostly because I hate birds. But I came this close to a flit, but then I remembered, oh yeah, fairies fly, that's what I want. So,
I have quite a few that fly because I have a Sidekicks collection that is filled with scuttles and different birds. But I went with this one, even though this is not the true moment. He gets his wings. Here is Heimlich. And he's got, I believe this is during his little show that they put on. He's got these, like, the wings that are tied, they're leaves that are tied around. But he does end up turning into a butterfly at the end. And I did realize, as I picked it up, that I've bent the back, but it's still on there strong. He's not going anywhere. And this is a beautiful Loungefly pin. It's actually a nice size one, too. He was one of my first, I feel like.
All right, and the very last prompt, Captain Marvel, show a pin of leadership or someone taking charge. All right, now this pin is not showing this character in the act of taking leadership or taking charge, but this is who's very much a leader and very much ready to take charge. We have Clopin, who is the leader of the outcasts in Hunchback of Notre Dame. He is, in my opinion, the true definition of what a leader is like, even though his movement is not necessarily seen as the right one, although it is.
As soon as they hit the Court of Miracles song, and you get that other side of Clopin, that's when you realize that he is like head of that.
He's ready to do whatever.
He's head of that movement and is ready to.
He will kill you if he has to.
Yeah, he's ready.
That's a leader.
Mine. I was looking through my pins, and this one just stood out at me because 1, it's gorgeous. 2, it's huge. 3, it's newer. 4, it's from an underrated movie, and that is Basil of Baker Street. Here is this gorgeous pin-on-pin from Paris. Thank you, Karen, for getting this for me. OMG, when they released these, I had to. But look at Basil taking command. He is always ready. And, oh, I didn't realize that in Paris they put the number 247 of 400.
That's cool.
How about that, Perry?
Probably.
So yeah, that is my guy taking control. I should say mouse taking control.
Yeah.
Alright, so the final part of this pin tag is we need to tag someone to participate. And since there are 2 of us, we kind of decided that we're going to tag 2 different people.
We have 2 victims today.
2 victims, technically 3, because 1 is a pair, so good luck over there.
Yeah.
But I will be tagging 1 over at Up With The Sun. Please show off your pins, Juan. We're excited to see what you have.
We also wanted to tag Nikki and Serenity over at A Brazzle Dazzle Day, mostly because I want to see what they come up with for these answers. They have some, I think they have some pretty good.
They have some really,
but they have some good villain ones, and I want to see them fit villains into this thing.
I stand by also, she has the best fantasy pins, and so I think we'll see some very cool pins within there. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you happen to be curious about our content, make sure to click the subscribe button down below.
Or off with your head.
And if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes, leave us a comment down below which of these pins that we showed off today is your favorite. Which of them did you think did not fit into the category we were trying to fit it into? Because, you know, we like to squeeze.
And what did we do wrong? Correct us down below.
Yeah. You can leave us a comment about what we did wrong, but do not expect a response. Okay?
And with that, you all have a golden afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
If you don't care for tea, you could at least make polite conversation.